You got targets, but that does not matter right now, Betamon. That's what matters with you taking a sleep. I need to train and see if it will Digivolve after one training before I try tournament. Nope, that's good. That means I could enter him in a tournament. Theoretically. I'm still keeping you low, buddy. I'm gonna keep you low with your weight. Alright, let's see if I have time to make it to Greymon and be able to enter the tournament and try yet again. I need to talk to Greymon first before I can make you poop Betamon. Need to wait a little bit. I need to talk to Greymon. It's an urgent matter. You need to enter this rookie tournament and win. Win, I say, win. No, I lost the window to be able to enter. Oh wow. That's all I'll say to that. Oh wow. Maybe you'll do Digivolve today. I mean, he should. He's 5 days old. And that is around the age they Digivolve into this champion that I'm aiming for. It's time for offense, right? Offense next step. Let's do offense again, by the way. Digivolve Betamon. Digivolve. You have a porta potty. There, porta potty. And sirloin, because why not? Right, it has 200 offense and 200 speed now. That's pretty good. Let's do a little bit of brain training then, just for the sake of fun. Just a little bit, not a lot though. One more? Yeah, one more. There you go. Yeah, still keeping it below 1,000. The MP. I really hope he Digivolves and not just, fades away because the game was just being stupid, like, oh, but you're so close to Digivolving. You just need to do one thing and you will Digivolve. Even though that's technically incorrect. Although it isn't, we can Digivolve into one of the champions, but just feed him a lot, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna feed him that much so he Digivolves. Like let him digivolve on bonus requirements. That was a Garurumon thing. I'm not gonna let Betamon steal Garurumon's spotlight like that by digivolving through bonus conditions. Ask him again, really, Betamon? If you're not liking the porta potty, you'd like going to the bathroom. Rest. Right, you can have a solo without problem. Sure, let's just waste his time a little bit so he can become sleepy. Or Digivolve, that's even better. Right. Betamon is now Nuemon. Because this, yeah, and you do see my stats are lower. That is Nuemon's thing. When you Digivolve into Numemon, you lose like 20% of your stats or something like that. So that is why his stats are lower now that he's Digivolved compared to when he was a Betamon. It's like a 10% decrease. I don't know. It's something. It's either like a 10% decrease or like a 20% decrease in your stats upon Digivolving to Numemon. Yeah. The reason I say that most people will get him as their first partner if they don't know how Digivolution work in this game is because the only way to get Numemon is to not meet the Digivolution requirements for any other Digivolution. That is why I kept Betamon below 20 and only trained opposite speed. Since Betamon has no Digivolutions that requires opposite speed, that means no matter how high those two stats are, those two would never trigger a Digivolution condition for Betamon. And keeping weight low was important because if I didn't keep his weight low, he could have become a Waymon if he weighed 35, because I had the bonus requirement of the discipline, I had the required care mistake. So if I didn't have the HP of Brain, if his weight became 35, he would have digivolved to Waymon. So that is why I kept his weight below 25, because his other Digivolutions that aren't Waymon are less than 25 with their weight requirement. So yay, first filth skill, horizontal kick. When Numemon can be obtained with anyone, any rookie Digimon can become Numemon, so long as they don't meet the requirement for any of their champions, they become Numemon. So it's not like, oh, only Numemon. I went with Betamon because why not? Like, why not go Betamon with Tanamon? Also, it kind of works, moving from green to light green. Alright, I am not gonna waste any time. Right, that's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna waste any time learning any filth skills, by the way. I am just immediately gonna showcase what it is you need to do with Nuemon. I might train a little bit after I've gotten I what I obtained with Numemon, but I'm just gonna showcase it right off the bat instead of bothering to get filth skills on him. Alright, so what you need to do is go to Mr. Trees. And then The place past the creepy Cherrymon is Toy Town. And then what you need to do with Newmon is, I think it's going to the house that looks like an ex-Tyrannomon called Costume House. Then you need to walk up and interact with this stuffed teddy bear. This costume seems different from others. It has some overpowering presence. There's a zipper on the back. What happened, Fluffy? And then Numemon will digivolve. Into the stuffed bear, Monzaimon. What? Did you turn into another Digimon? It's kinda nice. But there we go. That is what you have to do for Toy Town. You have to get the Numemon and have Numemon go inside the costume. If you have any other Digimon that is not Numemon, then the Monzaimon will just flop on the floor. You would just mention a zipper and then go like, it doesn't look like you can fit, and then nothing happens. Numemon is the only one that can fit in that suit with the zipper. And he does get a stat boost upon digivolving, which is good. I think I literally got like a plus 200-ish to all of my stats, which is good. But still not nearly good enough for the boss fight that I have to do in Toy Town with Monzaimon. That's why I said might need to do some training after I digivolved, or well, did the thing with Numemon, which was digivolve into Monzaimon. Let's do Thunder Justice. Megaton Punch, Warcry. Yeah, those would be techniques I have on him. And then Monzaimon is over here. And yes, as Numemon is only can digivolve into Monzaimon, he is right there. Now, you can also get a Monzaimon outside of this costume. Like say you've done this quest and your Monzaimon faded, and then you wanted another Monzaimon. Well, Numemon can normally digivolve into Monzaimon. You just need to meet some stat requirements, which is quite hard to do since you need to like basically have no stats to become Numemon in the first place. So that is why it's hard to get Monzaimon outside of this costume. Alright. To trigger being able to advance in this little plot line, you have to then go into the robot house and then talk to this Tinmon. Oh, Monzaimon, you're back alive. Wow, what is it? Go fight Waru Monzaimon. Quickly, everybody get moving. Quick, quick. Wait, he's not the Monzaimon you all know. What do you mean? But he is a Monzaimon, right? Yeah, it's true that he's a Monzaimon. A bad guy called Waru Monzaimon kidnapped my friends. I think the only one who can defeat him is Monzaimon. Then we got to find that bad guy. Where is he? He's next door. I'll unlock the seal at the door. So please go and see what you can do. I see. Alright, I'll help you. There we go. And then after talking to Tinmon, you can then enter this house called Toy Mansion. And then this door is now unlocked, because normally it's locked before you do this Monzaemon thing. Well, I just wanted to show it. I'm gonna go back here later when I have stats to be able to do a boss fight without, melting at the sight of an attack. Since my Monzaemon right now has really bad stats, or bad for a boss fight is the more correct term. Yo, Vegemon, throw me some meat. I also use the stat ups on Monzaemon, the stat ups I do, just to make the training go a little bit faster. So I have one offense chip, one defense, one quick, one HP, 2 MP, and that's it. So I'm gonna feed them to him, because I have no other use for these stat chips since this is the last stream, so what's the point of hoarding them? And to get really speedy Monzaemon, because you're getting 2 quick chips. It says a plus 100 to your speed. And then a plus 1000 to your MP, because you're getting 2 of them. Oh, come on, you can't say no now. I screwed up, so I'm just opening up again. Because you have a certain window to be able to scold them. If you do what I did, open the menu, then accidentally close it, then you missed your window to scold them. That's why I was able to feed him without scolding him there. Because I, in that sense, reset the RNG with what would make him say yes or no to it. 3,300, 3,800, 380, 330, 430, 280. Brain is the lowest stat. I need to focus on brain training. I want his stats to be 500 on everything. Then I'm gonna feel comfortable doing that boss fight when he has 500 on everything. So this is a hard boss fight. Like, I can win with just throwing healing items, but I'd rather, use healing items when needed instead of being forced to. Yes, for some reason, Monzaemon is mute. He doesn't make any sound. It could speed up the game right now if I felt like it. Which I might, considering it's a lot of training to get to 5,000. So I think I'm gonna speed up. Just it goes a little bit faster. So hang on. There we go. Not learn anything through brain training. That's unfortunate. As I thought I would. No? No. I did not mean to scold you, buddy. And sleepy time. First sleep for Mondaymon. Didn't learn anything through brain training at all. That's fortunate. Still hungry after one sirloin. What the heck? That's a greedy bear. Or a greedy stuffed bear, to be precise. Yes, I'm sorry for the speed up sound, but you just have to bear with me for a little bit with it. Listen, at least the music isn't as being sped up. It's only if we could see as stressful as the bird chirping, I guess. Alright, I have 500 speed brains now, so let's do the speed training. And 500 speed. There we go. Perfect. Now it is time for HP. Well, no, let's do MP first. Then defense. Since MP does increase defense. But so far he slept twice, so it's taken me so far 2 in-game days to get the stats I wanted. Which it might be a third coming up. Oh wait, no, I think almost guarantee it's gonna be even a third day needed for this. So it's definitely a good thing I tried to speed up. Come on, one more. One more, there we go. 5,000 MP. Drain defense. Now let's have a rest. Maybe not. Maybe just... Nah, let's just push through the training. There we go. That's almost the defense done. This bear eats a lot. Let's see if he's gonna learn something through the brain training right now or not. Nope, did not learn anything. Just have to check. It doesn't hurt to double check that, since you can always get that skill. Surprised he hasn't learned anything, because I have still, like, Tremor, Muscle Charge, and freaking Counter. So it's good. I still have 4 techniques left to learn on it, so I don't understand why he's not learning anything. Let's have a nap, because HP training increases a lot of tiredness, if I'm mistaken. He's definitely gonna need to have this nap so they can not get to, like, the full tiredness thingy. There we go. And now we continue on to HP. Bathroom and food. I'm pretty sure whenever I've gotten a Monstramon, I've always called him like Teddy or something like that. Solely because it's such a common name to give that teddy bear, just call it Teddy. The good thing I've always done like a form of that, like either Ted or Teddy. But just say I'm one of those people, like, if I find a fitting nickname, I stick to it. Like, I associate that nickname with that thing. from then forward. But when I stream, I'm gonna try to, you know, not stick to it and therefore just mix up the names.